All right, so today is a little bit different. We're doing a deep dive into Yale University,
Okay.
but not just, the facts and figures. We really want to uncover, like, what makes it so unique and special and influential.
I like it. Like a behind the scenes pass
Yeah.
to one of the most prestigious universities in the world.
And what's kind of wild is it was founded all the way back in 1701,
Wow.
older than America itself,
Yeah.
an Ivy League school.
Yeah.
Um, but what really sets it apart from, like, all the other top universities out there?
Well, I mean, it's known for its rigorous academics, its world-renowned faculty.
Right.
It holds the R1 designation, which puts it in the top tier of research universities
So, like, globally.
globally.
Okay. But what does that actually mean for, someone who isn't a scientist or a researcher?
Well, it means that Yale is really at the forefront of discovery across a huge range of fields.
Okay.
So imagine, like, as a student there, you'd be working alongside people who are making groundbreaking discoveries in medicine, technology, even the arts.
Wow. I mean, that access is a huge part of the Yale experience.
So it's not just about hitting the books. It's about being part of this, like, active community that's shaping the future.
Exactly.
Okay, so we know it's got this impressive academic reputation, but they've also got an insane alumni network.
I do, yeah.
I'm talking like George W. Bush, Meryl Streep, Paul Krugman, Lupita Nyong'o,
Right.
even Cole Porter.
I know it really
Yeah.
speaks to the diverse paths that a Yale education can open up for you.
Totally. And it's so interesting to see, like, people from such different fields, but what do they all have in common?
Well, I think a lot of Yale graduates have this drive to make a real impact on the world.
Hmm, that's interesting. I wonder, like, does Yale instill that drive, or do they attract people who already have it?
Well, it's probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
Yale's mission is to educate leaders who serve all sectors of society.
Okay.
So it's not just about individual achievement, but it's about, like, using your talents to make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And how do they cultivate that sense of purpose? Is it like the classes, the culture?
It's definitely, I think it's a combination of things.
Yeah.
There's this emphasis on critical thinking, there's a commitment to social justice, the global outlook.
Right.
All these things kind of contribute to shaping those graduates who are really engaged citizens.
And let's not forget the incredible resources they have there.
Oh,
The
yeah.
historic campus, like state-of-the-art facilities, like the Yale Center for Engineering, Innovation, and Design,
Yeah.
and even like a quantum institute.
Wow.
Like, come on. This environment is seriously designed for, like, intellectual growth and exploration.
Absolutely. And it actually brings us to something else that sets Yale apart.
Okay. What's that?
Their commitment to fostering a supportive and enriching environment, not just for students, but for faculty and staff as well.
Oh, totally. I was looking at some of the information on working at Yale, and it seems like they really emphasize
Oh.
work-life balance and diversity.
Yeah, yeah.
And they even mentioned, like, competitive salaries and benefits and a bunch of professional development opportunities.
Which, it really aligns with what we've been talking
So
about.
totally.
It shows their dedication to nurturing the entire community, not just students.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what it would actually be like to work in that kind of environment.
Right?
Like, is it really as stimulating and intellectually charged as it sounds?
Well, I can tell you that from what I've heard, it can be pretty demanding, but also incredibly rewarding.
Oh, yeah.
Just imagine, like, collaborating with some of the brightest minds in the world, contributing to cutting-edge research, and just being part of a legacy that spans centuries.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty incredible.
That's amazing.
Oh, and Yale also has this long history of attracting and nurturing some of the top talent in academia.
Right.
So naturally, those faculty positions are highly sought after.
Yeah, I bet.
And the specific requirements, well, they can vary quite a bit depending on the school, the department, the rank.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they are looking for the best of the best.
Yeah, exactly.
But I bet that application process is no walk in the park.
Well, you can definitely expect it to be pretty competitive, yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's Yale, but they're not just looking for experts in their field.
No.
No, they want passionate educators and innovators.
Oh, okay.
It-
So it's not just it's about what you can bring to the table.
Exactly. They're building a team of, like, intellectual all-stars
Wow.
who are committed to, pushing the boundaries of knowledge and making a real-world impact.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the academic side of things.
Right.
But I'm curious, like, what about the feel of Yale? What's it actually like to be there?
That's a great question. And to be honest, it's something that's really hard to capture without, actually experiencing it yourself.
Yeah,
But I can imagine walking through those historic halls surrounded by such a vibrant and intellectually curious community.
I bet.
Must be incredibly inspiring,
Yeah, totally. Can you imagine those late-night study sessions in the library?
Oh, yeah.
Or just overhearing conversations in the dining hall?
Right. Probably debating everything from, like, philosophy to the latest scientific breakthroughs.
Oh, totally. And imagine attending lectures by world-renowned professors.
Oh, I know.
You would walk out of those classrooms with a completely new perspective on the world, I bet.
I think so, yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, what kind of impact does a place like Yale have on its students beyond just academics, you know?
Hmm.
Like, does it shape their values, their worldview, their sense of self even?
I think it's safe to say that Yale definitely leaves a lasting impression on its graduates. For
Mm.
sure.
Yeah,
It's an environment that really challenges you to think critically, to engage with different perspectives,
right.
and to embrace this, like, lifelong pursuit of knowledge.
Makes you almost wish you could go back to school
Yeah,
just to experience a taste of that Yale magic.
I know what you mean. But hey, even if we can't physically be there, we can still tap into a lot of their intellectual resource.
Oh, that's true. They do have a ton of online lectures and courses and research publications available to the public.
They do, yeah. It's like having a little piece of Yale at your fingertips.
Yeah. But let's be real. There's something special about actually being there.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the energy, the history, you can practically feel it in the air.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think that's part of what draws people to, top tier universities in general.
Yeah.
They represent this convergence of intellect and ambition
Yeah.
and a shared pursuit of knowledge.
It's inspiring, yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of ambition,
Yeah.
for anyone out there who might be dreaming of joining the ranks of Yale faculty,
Yeah.
there's some really great resources out there to help navigate that journey.
Oh, that's great. I was just thinking about that, actually. Okay, so for those folks, what's like their secret weapon?
Well, one of the best resources out there is
Yeah.
academicjobs.com.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's specifically designed for folks seeking positions in higher education.
Okay.
So that includes, faculty roles, research positions, even administrative posts.
So it's like a one-stop shop for anyone who really wants to, like, make their mark in academia.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
You can search by field, location, type of institution.
Oh, wow.
And they even have tips on crafting your CV and cover letter
Oh, that's helpful.
to really help you stand out from the crowd.
Yeah, because that world is a little,
It's a little different.
yeah, a little different.
It can be a little complex, yeah.
Exactly.
But, resources like that can make it much more manageable.
Right. That's great. Well, hey, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have,
We've gone through the history, the people, the culture, the impact.
Right.
We even talked about, what it takes to actually join this incredible community.
Yeah, it's been a fascinating deep dive into the world of Yale.
Totally. And even though we've only scratched the surface, I'm leaving this feeling inspired.
I am too, yeah.
It's like even if we never actually set foot on that campus, we can still, learn from their legacy and strive for that same level of excellence in what we do.
Absolutely.
And for anyone out there who is interested in, maybe exploring job opportunities at Yale or other top-ranked universities,
Yeah.
you know where to go, academicjobs.com.
A great place to start, yeah.
Awesome advice.
Yeah,
Well, on that note, I think we'll wrap things up.
sounds good.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the fascinating world of Yale University.
Until next time, everyone.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.